Alrighty, we're back, and I'm playing some Ghostface. Now, I haven't played any killer for like a week or two, like probably straight. So like I'm just super rusty. So just keep that in mind while you see this gameplay. Now, first off, I always say, you gotta get your early stocks in. You know what I'm saying, while you get the chance. I figured I probably should have waited to stock this guy. That probably would have been easier if I like saved him for later. For like when it really like counted. But on the other hand, I did get the Shack palette out of the way early. Now you also have to keep in mind we are playing on the fucking Borgo, so they have, as you just saw, the Shack palette that leads to that palette, that leads to the other one, that leads to another one. It's just, this whole map is just a chain of fucking palettes, so I'm already dealing with a bad situation. And this is why, like, when I'm like leveling up my killers and stuff like that, I'm always going to try to look for map offerings for my favorite map, and that's mostly why you see me play on RPD a lot. You see me play on like Midwich and stuff like that, because I just like those maps and those what I play on the best, and I just have the most fun playing on the maps I like, because when I'm left to the game's RNG, I get garbage ass maps like this. This map needs an entire rework. I don't know why this map is built like this. It's ass, but regardless. So I decided to stock the Claudette instead. I do manage to get the delay there, but I got stuck on that damn rock, so they just make that extra corner. I should have just broke the pallet instantly, because I can't really mind, like, certain pallets, like what I like to call it is over mind gaming, and that's what I've been doing in this match here. Like, because I was going back into it, I thought I could like try to flex my mind gaming muscles, but it just, you know, it doesn't work like that, because you got a lot of pallets to work with here. You got to get rid of them as soon as possible, especially with M1 killers like this. So I figured, you know, I'm like, a lot of my old habits I just completely fell off on that. So I may have to watch my own videos to get back into the groove of things. So I go after this guy. He got stuck there and then got stuck again, so we just get the free hit. And then we're going to just continue to go after him. He's just in the open, getting stuck on everything. So I just figure I'm just going to knock him down and get the free hook. And then go ahead and try to find the next person. Now, in most cases, I like to stay nearby the hook. But the more I was playing and the better I got, that's what I figured I had enough time to go look around for a little bit and then see where the next person would be. Because I kind of predicted, because you got to understand, like, when you play the game enough, you get to a certain level of awareness that you can basically predict what the survivors are going to do because of how many games you've been playing. And then that's honestly something that I figure is what makes Ghostface one of the hardest killers to learn, because of the mere fact that he's not somebody that you can really rely on his power to give you that free kill, because you have to keep in mind that even, sure, you can expose people, but the mere fact that you need to actually get near them in the first place. So closing the gap is one of your biggest things that you need to keep in mind, but also you have to also know how to loop and how to counter these tiles. So because I'm going back into the game like this and I'm like rusty out of my mind, I did play some Pig, and you're gonna see that gameplay go up at the next day after this gets posted. But for now, we're gonna focus on this gameplay here, which I did try to go for the swing there, did not get it, unfortunately. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is. This one's injured, you know, we're dealing with cocky survivors, so gotta keep that in mind. We're just gonna try to use our Scourge hook again here, because it's the only hook we have. We see that the Claudette is there, and we know the Nia should be close by as well. So we just stay relatively close to the hook again. Now, because they like to pretend that they think they know what I'm about to do, they want to start poking and waving and acting up, then we're just going to go and get an injure on one of them. Well, ideally is what I should have done, was got an injure on one of them, because here's where I make a humongous mistake, because two survivors are injured. Sure, you can unhook or whatever, but the fact of the matter is no one's on gens. So what I should have done, instead of protecting the hook, I probably could have went after the 1 to 2 people that were injured and got 2 extra downs, and it would have still shifted the game to my side even further than getting that one hook on that one person. And then because I decided to go after the person who wasn't injured, that person gets off the hook and can run off. And then they get distance, and they make the vault, and they make this, and they make that, because this garbage-ass map has a million pallets. So, realistically, I probably could have hooked the Nia first, or say, for example, or Claudette, got a third hook, they would have probably been on first or second hook. That would have forced the other person to then probably heal the person or whatever have you. And it just would have spiraled into my side. But because of the fact that, you know, I didn't do that, and then they stayed injured, obviously I can get the play here. Obviously I get stunned though. And they could just get a free blind and all that bullshit. But that right there was probably like a humongous loss. Like I remember, I'm just sitting here like remember saying like you have to go after the injured people. That's why going after people off a hook is the best choice because they're already injured. You don't have to waste time getting the 2 hits. You just need 1. So that was a bad play on my part. Like plus, say I had down Nia earlier, that would have knocked the gen down faster, and then whatever progress they thought they had, it would have just disappeared. Say they finished healing and got on the gen, that would have been regressed. Like there's a lot of things that would have happened if I had just done that one play. And then the game picked up me hitting Claudette first, which sucks, but it is what it is. Now, I don't know if he had dead art or off the record there. I mean, I heard him grunting, so I thought it was, I could have sworn, unless it must have been, but who knows, right? We're not really worried about that too much. I activate my Shroud here to turn off the red light. It does throw him off a bit, but I got stuck like twice, so just make no distance anyway, and then they get a free stun. So because of maps like these, I tend to run the Spirit Fury Enduring combo, and I could have got a hit there. And then look what happens. They make a window. It's like, not only is this map ass, but then the mistakes I'm making is making the game worse. So I do get the down and I do get the kill, but the fact of the matter is, like, I could have played that so much better. Like, say they did have endurance and they were camping the pallet. On that side I was on, I could have just pulled them right off, and it wouldn't have mattered about, like, you know what I mean? But still, right? You know, that you as the viewer can learn something just as I'm learning something here, because I realize that I've been away from the game too long and now I'm rusty, like extremely rusty. So, Ghostface is a skill-dependent kind of killer. Like, you can't just say throw on your ability and get a freebie, like you get a free down or a free hit. Like, you have to, you know, use your knowledge of the game. And I'm looking at Blight, Nurse, you know what I'm saying, Spirit, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, that your ability is truly what gets you a lot of free hits, you know what I'm saying, but not with Ghostface, not with Freddy, not with Myers, you know what I'm saying, like, and this is why I like to play a lot of M1 killers. It sort of is, I don't become dependent on an ability, and that's why I like M1 killers, especially the licensed ones, obviously because they're licensed, but still. Although I don't play a lot of Leatherface though, or Bubba. So that was a humongous fumble on my part, man. That's how you know I was rusty, because if you've been keeping up with the channel and you see me play Killer, you know I spin with them. So the fact that I got that, they just do that and it just worked out, I'm like, that's how you know I've been away too long. Now, I try to mentally count in my head, like, how long the endurance lasts. It's usually about 10 seconds. So, we're going to 99 Nia, and then we're going to go after Renato, but I did lose track of Renato a little bit. You know, once again, awareness, you need to keep that in mind. And then you keep following them as well. And I'm even including Wesker in that list, too. You know what I'm saying? Wesker can really just dash across the map and make it halfway, like, you know, and it saves a lot of time. Compared to Ghostface, as I've said plenty of times, it's a man wearing a Halloween costume with a knife in his hand. He's really not doing any. He's not really like that. Like, he doesn't have a power per se. You know what I'm saying? So the buffs I really do feel like are very, very a much needed change. Here was fantastic because we're dealing with, once again, P100, like 2 P100 cocky survivors. Here's another fumble, because I probably could have left them down and went after Renato, and that would have took Claudette off the gens. She would have either had to, like, pick up the Nia, which then they're going to probably have to heal themselves, but they wouldn't be on gens, right? And say I knocked down Renato and they still didn't pick up Nia, by the time I get over to Nia, or say they unhook, I already got another hook, and then I also have another hook right after, so it'll just spiral into my side. But these are decisions that you have to make as killer. And once again, cocky survivor behavior. You know what I'm saying? Cocky survivor behavior. And it's pathetic, you know what I'm saying? It really is pathetic, but it's just the fact of the matter is, you know, I am rusty. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, right? You know, this is what happens when, you know, the killer mains, you know, start resting up and focusing on other things. You know what I'm saying? These like survivor mains run amok. So we have to come back, killer mains. We got to come back, and we got to take them down. We got to put them in their place. So this is just like my video here. You know, I'm showing that, hey, like, you know, even though I haven't played the game in a while, like, that's fine. Let's get back to it. Let's cause some havoc. So my pathing was absolute trash there, and I should have just broke the pallet and called it a day. Because like I've said, like it's like playing on the game, like with the Plego. Like you're dealing with a lot of pallets, so I would recommend like just breaking them as if you can. And then I lose another gen for that too. So as I've also said in other videos, like a lot of the time that you're taking to chase, like you kind of have to really think about how like effective was your chase. Like how fast did you get the first hit, and also can you get the down on them? Are they in the dead zone and stuff like that? The rule of thumb I would say is if you can get 1 to 2 pallets out of the way in that one chase, then I would say that you definitely got a W there. Now around this point is when I started to get a little bit better. I was like, okay, so I got my stock on the wall like I should have, and it was perfectly 99 as well. And then on top of that, you know, I swung out to put myself off of the cooldown, which as you can see, it's already pretty much up. And then we're dealing with a sprint burst user here. Now, normally when you see something like that, I probably could have stalked them like right when they were about to do that. Because right here, I try to activate it, but me stopping to stalk just cost me that extra vault. So they just run right past. And then keep in mind that this damn shack's pallet has like some like piles next to that window. So I got stuck on that trying to walk around it. They don't need to put that there. That doesn't need to be there. I don't know why that was there, but there you go. So right here, we just try to do some mind games here. Once again, my pathing is trash. And then of course they just get up and run away. So like it is what it is. Which we are nearing the end of the video here. Obviously, we do get the knockdown there. I think they got stuck or something. Who knows what happened there? The issue is obviously I wasn't mind gaming by walking backwards and stuff like that, or activating my shroud when I needed to. Because activating the shroud like mid chase, like when you're behind walls, I need to preface that because I've seen Ghostface killers just like to activate the shroud when we're looking right at you. So I'm like, I don't know what they're doing, right? But yeah, this is sort of the end of the video. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you made it this far, you know, do all the YouTube things. If you want to see more Ghostface content, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those kind of YouTube things. I am probably not going to post any more Survivor gameplay. I'm like, it's pretty bad. In terms of the overall performance of these videos was just really not great. So, you know, I'm just going to stick with the killer content and the horror content and stuff like that. Yeah, if you want to see other, like, horror games and stuff like that, you know, leave a like, comment, you know, all that type of stuff. And, yeah. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.